Welcome along to this F1 Clash 2024 season look ahead as we go through and have a look at the changes that Hutch have teased or are currently teasing ahead of the new season. Now, you're probably a little bit fed up of the 2023 season, and that's normal having been here for around nearly 12 months, depending on when these videos go out. So everyone's looking forward to a bit of a refreshment, some decent changes, some good improvements. Well, that is certainly what we all crave and we all want to see from Hutch for this season ahead. We're approaching the last couple of weeks now of this 23 season, and I know everybody is itching to know what are Hutch planning. So we're going to use these videos. We're going to use the same introduction. So bear with me if you're watching this. It's not the same video as you may have watched before, or if this is the first one, it's the first time you're going to be doing it. But we're going to be having a look at all the new changes and updates that are coming for the 2024 season as and when Hutch allow us / release their information. So stick with me as we go through the F1 Clash 2024 changes and we have a look to see what we can spot. So then, as we move ourselves over to the left-hand side of the screen as you look, we are sharing this first image. So F1 Clash 2024, which is pretty interesting, isn't it? I mean, why would we be showing this now? If we look into the background, we have got a wording and a mountain, which is Avalanche. Okay, seems a bit strange, does it not? So, what could that mean? Well, first of all, let's show you this image. It is Avalanche Co. 2024 components. So, we are going to get into some components from what looks to be a supplier. Now, obviously, if you've watched these videos, you might have understood it, but looks like a supplier of the parts that are going to be available of us through the season. So instead of just getting generic parts all the way through, potentially, we now have suppliers involved as well. So, shall we get into some parts? And here we go. Here is the first part. It is a Rare Series 11. It is a gearbox, and it is called Cold Fusion. So, first of all, what can we notice about this? Wow, let's take a look at the stats up here straight away. Why is that? Reliability obviously has been removed, as you can see, and it is replaced by the qualifying stat. So, reliability is gone. It is replaced by qualifying. So now we have a specific car stat for the car of qualifying. Does that mean we get qualifying for drivers? I'm sure we'll find out at some point. But qualifying is in. So as you can see, this gearbox Cold Fusion Rare Series 11, it's got 8 speed and 7 cornering, power unit 21, qualifying 21, and 0.69 of a pit time as well. So we're not going to know how Hutch are setting up this season. Is it going to be cornering based, speed based? We've not got a clue. Obviously, this year was cornering based. I don't think Hutch intended that to be the case, but it was. Should we get you another little snippet of information then from the Avalanche Co. branding? Shall we call it supplier, manufacturer, whatever you want to name it? It is an engine. So our third little clip of these 3 images that we've managed to pull up is the engine. It is a common Series 2. So potentially we're not expecting this if it is like normal to play a part at the end of the season. But common Series 2, the Accord. And you can see at the top, you've got a speed of 18, a cornering of 8. We've got a power unit of 7 and a qualifying stat of 10. It's going to be really interesting how much these stats do take into effect as we launch into this new season, because we expect commons and low-level commons to be pretty useless, but could it be that with the manufacturers, it could be pretty required? Could be usable? Are Hutch giving us different suppliers to make things different, a bit more in-depth racing, a bit more in-depth car setup potentially. Wow, we've got so many questions already. So let's get into the fourth one, which is the Arc. So the Arc is out there, Rare Series 9, and it is our first suspension that we are seeing with the whole release so far. So Rare Series 9, the Arc, we've got speed of 19, cornering 49, so a huge cornering element. Now, usually with suspension, I think we've got some decent ones out there in the current game as it is, but this one, I mean, I think it was Horizon was the main one, wasn't it? Maybe this could be the Horizon replacement. But speed 19, cornering 49, power unit 16, qualifying 18, and 0.41 of the pit time. So if cornering is the meta again this season, I'm sure this part is going to be used by absolutely everybody. The Arc, and these are, of course, the maxed stats of the components. So please bear that in mind. These are not level 1 parts. These, what we are showing you at the moment, are their max level part. So that, I think, could potentially be a very good part. Now, let's move on to what is the 5th leaked image. It's not even leaked because Hutch are letting us go with it. We have got the brakes. So Avalanche Co. have a brake, and it is called the Dynamo, and it is rare for Series 8. So unlockable in Series 8 as a rare. Looking at the stats at the top of your screen, speed 15, we've got cornering 18, power unit 44, and qualifying 19, pit stop time 0.44. Now, we know power unit isn't great this season. It's hardly effective whatsoever in terms of a stat. So this is putting faith into Hutch that they have managed to sort them stats out, and now power unit at 44 is usable. Now, all these parts I don't expect to be usable long term, but Avalanche Co. releasing brakes and the Dynamo Rare Series 8 could be a pretty decent part indeed. Interesting. It's going to be interesting. This is what way we have to go this season. Then another image we have got. It is a rear wing. It is the Valkyrie, and it is speed 17, cornering 45. We've got power unit 18, qualifying 17. So a lot of these actually look fairly balanced across the market, apart from one stat. Let's just try another one. Brakes, yeah, so they all look pretty even apart from one. So it looks like in every single one stat is pretty much boosted more than the rest, as you can see. So the Valkyrie, 45 cornering, 0.48 of a pit stop time. We've got speed 17, qualifying 17, and power unit 18. This is an Epic Series 7. So potentially, I mean, we had Transcendence is probably the closest one to this season from here. So Epic Series 7, the Valkyrie, could be usable. I think it's really going to depend. I mean, if cornering's meta, potentially. If it's not, is it usable or is it not? And then we're going to go down to our very last boost. So this boost, last stat, even if we get our words out. So the last one comes from the best in the category. So Avalanche Co.'s best part, and you can see it's got a change because it's gone to this bronze, basically, scheme of a part. So you can see the front wing is the Nemesis. It is Epic Series 11. Is it the Virtue replacement? Because speed 25, cornering 60, 60 cornering, power unit 21, qualifying 13, and an average pit time of 0.3. So that looks a very, very strong part just off the bat. Obviously, that'll be a great part this season. That is what we're going off. Quite heavy. Obviously, this is a Max Epic Series 11. That looks very, very nice. And I think it looks like we're going to see the best parts across brands, if that's the way Hutch are going, with this bronze sort of detail. So, what do you think of that so far? The first, I mean, this could be the first, this could be the second, third, fourth, depending on when I release this video. But this is the components for Avalanche Co. And we'll just release that one back so you can see it. Avalanche Co. 2024 components. Let me know down below in the comments, what do you think of these? It is a guessing game at the moment. Obviously, replaced is reliability and in comes qualifying, but we don't know what stats are going to be good until Hutch basically release more information and we know what they are going to be. But 2024 component from Avalanche are complete.